Alright there. Um, got cyberdark today, so another one I've been like playtesting for the week. It's quite fun. I decided to play the like fusion version of the deck rather than like the equip control version, which I'd probably say is a better version because you can kind of put more generic staples and good cards in the deck. But I prefer like fusion summoning and actually playing like the fun version in my opinion. The OTKs, it's honestly quite easy to do. It's very much like if you can break your opponent's board or stop them from making like a really good board, it's a high chance of you just killing them that turn. But if you manage to get into like simplified Yu-Gi-Oh, where you do have some backwards and forward turns, I think more or less you will win that matchup. But yeah, I'll just get into it anyway. So for the cyberdark monsters, run triple claw. You definitely need three of him. He searches your spell and traps, and your spell and traps. Well, your spells mostly, your spells, all your starters. So they will like pretty much get you everything you want. So in a sense, this and another cyber dragon or cyber dark monster is like an OTK combo to do AK. So just by that by itself is like perfect. So that you definitely want on three of this because you want to see it. Then two cannon. You only want two cannon because he may search a machine cyber dark monster from your deck to your hand, which is like Chimera or the other three. But like that doesn't actually lead anywhere else except getting power bombed. Example on like claw leads to you having like five cyber darks in your grave, and having all the spells set up. So you only need two of them. I've always say cannon's effect when he's equipped is better because when he leaves, when he's equipped, you draw a card. Then it's two Chimera. You don't need three of them. He's not even like that great to draw into. You usually just want to search him. When you send to grave, he Foolish Bells or Cyberdark as well, which is quite nice. I keep thinking it's an ignition effect, like on summon. When you summon him to discard and then add power bond, but it's not. It's just like a once per turn effect. So you normal summon him, opponent can do something they want. If they don't, then you're like, okay, effect. So if you've got opponents like a bit fast on hand, they can just like instantly veil or impermeate on summon. And if you can get like another one out of Nashed or something, or like additional normal if you haven't already, you could probably use the other one. But that has never really come up. But you definitely don't want three. Three would be too many. And then I do run one of each of the original Cyberdarks, mostly just because their names. I'm not gonna lie, like this one has won me quite a few games because he can attack directly. So you normal him equip something. A lot of times as well, if you are getting into those like extra turns, your opponent's probably gonna be near death. It's usually because like you just haven't OTK'd them. Like yeah, if they physically just stop you from playing the game, then you'll probably lose. But this this is definitely the better one out of these three. Like this does piercing, and this one like gains 200 when it kills a monster by battle. But the fact it's can attack directly, but you basically halves its attack is not important. But you only want one of each of them. Definitely don't want one any more than that. They don't really do much in your hand. Like they're super situational for when they are actually useful. So that's what I use for cyber dark monsters. Then I run some cyber dragons, which is triple core. You definitely need one triple core. Core can search all your cyber spell and traps, which is like pretty much nearly all the spell and traps in this deck. Got a grave effect as well. Never really comes up, but you definitely want three of this because you want to see this. Same sort of concept as claw in that sense. And then I ran one cyber dragon, one Nashter, and one hers. You only need one of each of this. This doesn't really come up that much. It's not pure cyber, so it just kind of comes up occasionally. One Nashter, again, it's situational, but it is helpful to have. And then the one hers, you mostly send this off your horizon. But apart from that, you don't really do much with it, so it's only a one-off. But that's what I use for like the actual Cyber Dragon monsters. It's a really small package, but it's definitely needed in my opinion. You 100% need that package. And then I ran triple Juzuke. He was my board breaker. He's machine as well, so you can contact fusion with him. It's just overall like a fantastic card. He's a light machine as well, so has synergy with Rampage. There's not really much like that is wrong with this card. You want to go second, you want to break boards, you can get rid of a problem card, and then you can just fusion him off into a Chimera Tech Fortress. He's also a light machine, so your Rampage can send him to grave if you're thin on targets, or you're like, oh, I'm at a situation where I don't want to draw into a Kaiju. You could potentially just ditch the other two. But yeah, Juzuke was a fantastic card as well. Then I ran triple Ash. It's just a hand trap decks. Some decks will just end their turn if you ash one of their cards. Interruptions in your opponent's turn, really helpful. And then triple draw. Again, like if you can get your opponent down to like a simplified game state, if they don't do much, you can probably just kill them in your turn. Unless of course they also like draw your ash, you will interrupt you with some hand traps. That can be a bit difficult. The main weaknesses for this deck is if Chimera gets stopped. That's pretty much what'll kind of kill you. And then for spells, we run triple realm, searches cyberdark, traditional normal summon. Again, kind of just leaves everything you want. It's a really good card. Then triple horizon. Horizon again, like I was running at 2, but I decided to bump it up to 3 because it's another card that if you see in your hand, it's like it's crazy good. It locks you into machines from your extra, which is fine. That's what you'll be summoning. But the fact that it ditches stuff to grave as well from your deck, and then searches you want, and then ditches a cyber end, is just perfect. It's very searchable, but at the same time, if you've got a hand that's like you don't really need it, you can probably just use this to discard fodder for Chimera, so it still has a use then. I was running one call by in this, but I took the call by out for the third of mana. Again, if you think it's not necessary, you can put the one call by back in or anything else that you fancy. And then triple emergency. Just to search a core, really. It's just really helpful to search into your core, and the core would get you like around, for example. But yeah, like just a really good card. Kind of fixed up everything. I'm probably yawning a lot. I'm very tired at the moment. Then 2 power ones. You don't want to run 3. You only really want 2. It's quite bricky in your hands. You want to just search it from Chimera and use it from Chimera and try and kill them. So you definitely don't need third, but 2 is a really nice amount. Because you can't really run 1 because you do need that second one. 1 invasion. Again, you don't need them if you're trying to OTK, but this is useful for like certain matchups or getting over cards. So invasion's a really strong card in this, and then triple imperm. Like just really good overall. Again, just interrupting your opponent. Doesn't trigger triple tactics as well, which is really nice. I think that's one of the bigger benefits of imperm. And like if you draw it for turn, you can still use it, like negate a problem card or something. And then extra deck was 2 cyberdark end dragon. I never really summoned the second one. But it's more or less just in case, like if you ran 1, the other one got bashed like a unicorn, you wouldn't have your towers anymore. But it is possible to get the second towers out if your opponent can just keep surviving. But yeah, 2 of them, I quite like that ratio. 2 cyberdark, This dragon, this was great as well. It's a negate by sending an equip spell to the grave, and this is like the OTK if your opponent just doesn't do anything. Because you'd summon this with Power Bond, equip your Cyber End to it, and it's 8k just there by itself. So that'll usually just kill. And then one Cyber End, you only use this as like a equip thing. I have summoned it to kill people before, but it's very rare that ever comes up. So it usually just gets sent to grave to get equipped to one of your monsters. One Cyber Twin, because like with Power Bond it goes to 56 and then you can just hit twice. And that's game. Cyber Twin's been really helpful, definitely one of ornaments or one of. One Mega Fleet, really good card. Contact Fusion is pretty nice, same. Sorry, Fortress and then Mega Fleet. Same with him, Contact Fusioning is really nice, just super strong card. And then one Rampage, only need one. It's just situational, but it's a really strong card. And then on to links. We ran one Sega, again situational but really handy to have, so definitely just run one of them. On Genius, this is the main one I went into. The build was a little different, but I've changed it now because we ran like Almarge and then extra Entis, but they just never came up. So, but yeah, this is definitely needed. This is a really good card. And then one double-headed Knuckle Angler and one Azalea. It's because you get locked into machines from your extra deck due to Cybernetic Horizon. So like Knuckle can come up sometimes, but it's very rare he does. But it's nice to have that sort of extra utility, and Azalea is just fantastic. Like, she needs light and dark monsters, which the deck's full of them. It's basically just like a free pop, honestly, in this deck. The Factories and Machines, really nutty, and it's just amazing. So yeah, definitely one of her. And then I ran one Omega and one Entis. So I ran one of each of these for cyberdark Claws effect, because when the equip monster battles, he sends some extract to the grave, which does come up sometimes. So you either send one or two of these to grave, she'll get you free pop and he recycles your stuff. You could do two Entis if you buy the pop more, but the shuffling back is really nice in this deck. So it's probably worth considering keeping this in. Yeah, that's pretty much Cyberdark. I've enjoyed playing it. It's pretty good, honestly. The fact it can OTK so easily. As if your opponent makes like a mediocre board that's got like one problem card on it, if you just carry it and they can't do anything else, they just die that turn. But yeah, I'll probably make pure Cyber Dragon after this. I think that's the better version from what I've looked at. But yeah, if any suggestions or questions, feel free to ask. See you.